Older Australians may soon be encouraged to lace on their dancing shoes again. It's all part of a bid to combat a major health problem for our ageing population, with a third of those over 65 suffering a fall. Researchers from Sydney University are now investigating whether folk or old-time dancing can improve balance and strength. Natasha Johnson reports.
In a little hall in Sydney's southern suburbs, some dedicated women aged from 50 to 85 gather each week to dance their way to health and happiness.
They get bored going to an exercise class, or they get bored going for a walk around the block, like a lot of people do, and you don't keep it up. But if you're committed to a class, and once they come, they're regular, they're hooked.
For more than 30 years, instructor Kay Laronde has been leading her ladies through a variety of dances from around the world.
And ready to start again. And around da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, and back.
The music's lovely, it's extremely varied. Over the years I would have learnt dances from Argentina, the Caribbean, America, all across Europe, Israel. We do quite a lot of Israeli dances, and a few, more difficult places like Azerbaijan, and a couple of Japanese dances.
84-year-old Joan Gillies has been coming to these classes for more than 20 years, at one stage 4 times a week. After a hip replacement last March, she thought her dancing days were over, but 3 months later, Joan Gillies was back on her feet.
If I hadn't been dancing for over 20 years, I'm quite sure I wouldn't have recovered as I have done. My doctor says I'm exceptional for my age. I'm not on heavy medication. I don't see a specialist regularly. And, I'm not young and I can't do what I used to be able to do, but I think I'm better than a lot of people of my age.
The health benefits of social dancing like this are now being investigated in a groundbreaking joint project between Sydney University and the University of Western Sydney. Whether folk dancing or the foxtrot, researchers are investigating whether learning these sorts of routines can prevent falls, which can cause serious injury and disability for older people as muscle strength, balance and cognition decline with age.
It's about a third of older people, and I mean 65 or beyond, will fall at least once a year. And about half of them will experience recurrent falls. So it's a major problem.
82-year-old Margaret Gillespie has osteoporosis, which led to her suffering a spontaneous spine fracture 2 years ago and an operation which was reported by 7:30.
Well, it hurts all the time. It's exhausting, it is. You can't function properly with constant pain.
She took up dancing as a fun, weight-bearing exercise to boost her bone strength.
Because I have still been on medication, my bone strength has improved. But I wouldn't put it all down to the medication. I'm quite sure that the exercises that are involved in the dancing are certainly contributing to that.
It's wonderful what you can do with an old ball gown. 1970 version. That's the original top with a bit stuck on the sleeves. And this is the lining, and this, of course, was the gown. And that was a bit of cheap material. And that's a bit of curtain net.
As these international dance enthusiasts prepare for their annual end-of-year performance, Chief Researcher Daphne Marom is checking out potential teachers for her randomised controlled trial.
There is lots that dance can offer to the elderly population, and you are a very good proof of that.
Formal exercise programs which challenge balance have been shown to reduce the risk of falls by 17%, but she believes dance could potentially cut falls by at least 37%, and pilot studies have shown promising results.
We know from pilot studies that, first of all, when we compare older people that dance, their gait and speed is far better than another person, even if he exercises at the same age.
She says dance is a complex, holistic exercise which boosts balance and muscle strength, but also challenges the brain.
And we think that this may target large spectrum of risk factors for falls. You know, reaction time, the stepping, the balance, the cognition.
Funded by the National Health and Medical Research Council, the study is recruiting 450 people to attend twice-weekly dance classes at retirement villages across Sydney. Researchers believe it has great appeal, being enjoyable exercise many of this generation can relate to.
Elder people of today, these are the people who used to dance almost every week, every Friday, every Saturday. They would gather and dance. For healthy aging, we need to be happy and we need to exercise to be active, and it goes together.
And certainly these women plan to dance their days away for as long as possible.
And of course, I've made very good friends dancing. Oh, it's just a very important part of my life and activity.
The music, the companionship, and just the general feeling of delight. I go away from here smiling every week.
I wonder what the therapeutic effects of Nutbush City Limits or the Time Warp are. That report from Natasha Johnson, and that's the program for tonight.